This is Kevin Doak. Today I'll be narrating some backstroke starts I performed on July 1st, 2009 in the Jones Natatorium at Eastern Michigan University. I created this video to study my own starts in slow motion and determine where I could gain some speed. During this taping I was playing with some slight modifications in my start, which I'll explain in detail. This is leading up to the 2009 World Champ Trials and the Masters Swimming Long Course Nationals. I'm primarily a backstroker, so most of these videos are going to be backstroke. So, and this is me giving one of the current college swimmers a hard time for slacking. Because, let's face it, all college kids need to get yelled at once in a while. And this first start is a very typical start for me. Its head is going to be tucked, body is completely out of the water. And this start has worked great for me for whatever it's been, 15 years. But I notice I'm losing some time on what I consider a poor body position compared to some of the pros. I notice most of the pros have their head, this is where they're starting, almost right here. I feel like I'm whipping my head back too much and wasting time, whatever that is, 1/10 of a second or so. And every little bit helps here. So I think I have decent leg position, but it's actually hard to leverage your weight on the starting pads right here, obviously. And especially when you get to the FINA level, these FINA meets, FINA is the governing body of swimming. Once you get to that level, they use what are called omega pads, and in my opinion, they offer less grip than these typical what are called Daktronics or Colorado pads. And so they're not as sticky, in my opinion, so they offer less grip, and you have to leverage your body a little bit differently. So just little changes like that, just gearing up for this World Champ Trials meet in 1 week. I need to be changing my body position, so that's the reason for the video. So this is a typical start, throwing my head back, body is completely out of the water most of the time, only my feet are in the water. Get good lift and a full arch in the water, and my body enters through the same hole in the water. So we'll watch that one in real time. And that was a pretty decent start for me anyway. And we'll freeze frame me here. This is my my head is tucked down, throw my head back, body completely out of the water, nice arch. This is a little more horizontal of a start. I don't get as much lift. I'm getting more push off the water laterally though. And a full kick out to 15 meters. 14 anyway. Just playing with some different body positions here. So I was a little more vertical on this one. As you can see, my head is not tucked down, and you can see my rear end's in the water here, which it's typically not. It's typically out of the water, and I'm leveraging my weight on the pad itself. So this is a more vertical start, and we'll play this one in real time. That was a decent amount of lift for me out of the water, considering the body position. As you can see, slow motion, just throwing my head back a little bit, which is necessary to get the arch. And I kind of look forward there for a second. And that's a decent arch for me. Perhaps not as clean as my typical start, but I feel like this is more along the lines of what some of the pros do. Getting there anyway. Once again, playing with a little bit of body position. Head is in a more of a neutral position like the last start. My rear end is sitting in the water here. Play this one in real time. Not a bad start, we'll back it up. Yeah, I'm getting a decent amount of lift out of it. Like I said, not as clean as some of my other starts, but it might be faster. And I haven't gotten to the point where I'm timing these starts yet. I may do that with the video. And this I was just playing with what I would consider a ridiculous body position, but my rear end is out of the water a little bit more than some of the compared to the last two starts. and I'm in more of a just a totally different pose in my opinion. I'm usually a little more crunched up to the wall. As you can see, my legs are in a 90-degree position. Just playing with some different stuff. Play this one in real time, and I noticed it was a lot harder to hold my body position in this one, because I'm not, obviously my arms are in 90 position, and my legs are in 90 position, so it's a little bit strainful to hold that, but obviously it only takes a second. But that was a decent start considering the odd body position I was playing with. So again, this was more of a typical start here. Head was tucked down, throw my head back, decent arch. That one, the beginning kind of got cut off. Pretty decent start though. Decent arch. And this is a typical start for me, head tucked. As you can see, my suit's entirely out of the water. Good arch. And this one, my head was in a more neutral position, but my entire suit is out of the water. Legs are at 90 degrees. Play this one in slow motion. So just a little bit of a head throwback, but at the same time I am moving my torso. My arms are moving at the same time as my torso, at the same time as my head. So this is, I feel, a little more productive. I'm not just whipping my head back and then my body starts moving. It seems to be a little more fluid of a movement. Little smile for you there. And once again, typical start, head is tucked, legs are at 90 degrees. See, this is what I'm wasting, is this whole time right here. And then I start moving, my body starts moving. It's tough because it's worked so well for so long, but I just want to be getting better and gotta make some changes. Typical start, head tucked, decent lift. And some of these might be a little subpar just because I've been doing so many of them. I'm probably getting fatigued by now. Head tucked. But these are nice clean starts in my opinion. Although I am throwing that head back real clean into the water. Enter through the same hole in the water. And one more full speed from a start. Backstroke breakout. $15 meters. Back that one up. I don't know why it's so much fun to watch these in slow motion reverse. Look at that. It's the chief thrills in life. Looks bizarre. Alright, so this was a very typical start for me. Head tucked, as you can see. Body's totally out of the water. And this was a gun start. And a full breakout. So that is about it. I wish the video was a little more exciting, but just kind of studying my technique and learning and hopefully improving. So hopefully I'll see you at either World Champ Trials or Long Course Nationals.